Love at its purest definition is a beautiful thing, but we use the word, we don't have enough words in English to really like express ourselves, so we use love for a lot. Like, I love my kids. I also love food. Hopefully you don't love your car, your shoes, your food, your clothes in the same way that you love your spouse, right? Like, love is supposed to be something much more than that, but how do we define it? There is a description of love that has been around for a really, really long time. A description that is so encouraging, but also insanely challenging, and that really clearly states what love is and what love should be between you two. As I read these things to you, I want you to think about the love that you have for each other and what it would look like, what it would mean if you applied these things to that love for the rest of your relationship. These are the words that are said. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. If you allow that description of what love is to define the way you love one another, you'll have an incredibly fulfilling and healthy and happy marriage for the rest of your days. And that's my hope. That's my prayer for you too. That's been my hope since day one I saw you guys together. I've seen you guys display that type of love towards each other, so just continue doing it day in and day out.
Ben and Maddie, you guys are perfect. Ben, you complete Maddie. Maddie, you complete Ben. The stars aligned when you guys met. You're Romeo and Juliet without all the death and tragedy. I'm completely just getting all the cliche stuff out first. Like, I got to watch you guys grow up, and I've watched them grow up and come to this moment. The Urban Dictionary, says a ride or die is when you are willing to do anything for someone you love or someone you really appreciate in your life. Ride or die should mean Ben, man. You're like one of my best friends, and you've been my best friends, and I've watched you grow up, and I've watched you turn into this man, and I really want to pick a better person for my best friend, and vice versa. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so very much.
Maddie and I met 11 years ago when we were 15 in high school. And when Maddie and I first met, I had no idea the significance of how special of a person she would be in my life. At 18, we headed off to college and in different directions. My mother was so adamant about me living on campus. She told me that all my college friends were going to be my friends that I kept around. But I couldn't stay away. I went to Gilbert every weekend, and we sat on Carla's couch watching ABDC, America's Best Dance Crew. And we voted every single time the moment the ballots opened, all sitting on the couch, all 5 or 6 of us, as Ben was in California. At 21, college was flying by, but our friendship never lingered, but neither did Ben and Maddie's. At 22, we became puppy parents. At 24, you had your 7-year anniversary. And in that moment, I knew in your voice when you talked to me that he was the man that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. And we were so disappointed when you're like, did I get engaged? No. But you know what? He had bigger plans for you. And that's all that matters. So now, at 26, I now get to stand by your side on one of the most important days of your life. And I'm so excited to do so.
When I wake up, well, I hope I'm gonna be the man who's waking up to you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time I had with you. But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
When we So good.
You too. Look at you.
Oh, you look so handsome. That's amazing. Like, you weren't kidding. Made for you. The night I forced you to ask me out, I wrote a journal entry. I spoke about how much I had been struggling. And back then, merely surviving felt like such a heavy burden. It also spoke about how happy I was to be graduating high school. It felt good to be closing that chapter of my life, and I saw so many possibilities in the new one. The possibilities of happiness, of love, of growth. That is what knowing you has given me. It's been 8 years since then, and I know we have come to know each other so well. I know your kind heart and your protective nature. And I know your flaws as much as I know my own. My vow to you is to grow together. I vow to always learn, to grow in myself so that I may bring the best version of myself to our relationship. I vow to say sorry. I vow to be your deep breath when you are angry. I vow to say yes to getting Oreos. And I vow to break out and dance without ever needing to say a word, even if it's in the middle of the night with no one around. Thank you for showing me how much joy life has to offer. I guess I kind of hate most things, but I never really seem to hate you. So I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Is that cool?
Don't have to say I love you, 'cause I know you know. Don't have to say you love, don't have to say I know. Don't have to say I love you, 'cause I know you know. Don't have to say you love me, 'cause you know. I know, I know.
When I first saw you, my first thought was, wow, she's so beautiful. And then you cut your hair short. Oh, out of my league. At that moment, my life would change forever. Becoming friends first is probably the reason why I love you so much. You have taught me so many things in the past 8 years. You've taught me how to love, how to respect. You taught me patience because, Lord, I know I need it sometimes. But most importantly, you taught me what true love is because of you. I can look at myself in the mirror each morning and say, I'm worth it. I feel so fortunate that you have chosen to share your life and your love with me. And that I get to grow old with you. Today, I choose you to be my life. I promise to love you, honor you, cherish you, and be faithful to you from this day forward and for the rest of my life. Thank you for letting me be myself and unashamed of my dorkiness. Thank you for growing with me and shaping me into the man I am today. Thank you for letting me have all my random interests and my random hobbies and all my half-finished projects, which is okay because you complete me. Madison, Hope Armstrong, I vow to love you always, to promise to always be there for you, and to be your greatest friend. I am so excited to go through this crazy life together with you.
We love what we love. Reason does not enter into it. In many ways, unwise love is the truest love. Anyone can love a thing because. That's as easy as putting a penny in your pocket. But to love something despite, to know the flaws and to love them too, that is rare and pure, perfect. Love each other despite. Love each other on the bad days. Love each other always. Throughout this ceremony, Ben and Maddie have vowed in our presence to be loyal and loving towards each other. They have formalized the bond between them with the words spoken and with the giving and receiving of rings. Therefore, it is my honor to pronounce you husband and wife. Ben, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Armstrong.